Andariki Namaskaram, very good afternoon. And in fact, I would like to really extend my apology for delaying the inaugural of this meeting. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which is set by an Act of Parliament, as Mr. Charanjot Nanda was just explaining, in the process of nation building, in the process of crisis, in the process where the nation requires, he gave an assurance, we were there earlier, we will be there, and we shall be there all time to be there in building up this nation. So I thank you, Nandaji, and their core team were all here with a sense of purpose, with a sense where they would love to lead this nation for the future generations. And in fact, it's quite pleasure to know more about the eminent people who are sitting on the dais. As Mr. Nandaji was explaining about how it has evolved, how ICAI has emerged as one of the dynamic platforms in the global world. And when Mr. Dayanivas Sharma, as Mr. Nanda was just speaking like DNS, was just telling about his contribution for ICAI in terms of building this vibrant platform. And the people who are on the dais, Mr. Sharmaji, Mr. Sridhar Muppala, Mr. Arpit Kabra, and my dear friend Mr. Girdarilal Toshniwal, Chairman in Hyderabad branch of ICAI, and Kumar Paul, Secretary of Hyderabad branch, and distinguished representatives from the government, regulators. I heard that my police officials are also here, the law enforcement agencies, industry leaders, and members of the accountancy profession, students, ladies and gentlemen. Before I move on to the core subject, I thought of sharing what Mr. Nandaji was also saying the same thing. I met a young man and casually asked him, what you do? He said, I'm a CA student. And I immediately asked, what is the toughest part of your journey? So I expected him to say, the sleepless nights, very tough exams, and the pressure. But smilingly he said, the toughest part is when relatives stop asking, how are you? And start, the final point is your CA completed? And immediately I laughed. And later I realized how much truth there was in that time, what Nandaji was also speaking. Because I found foundation, intermediate, and the final are not just the stages in your CA journey, where I think the foundation teaches you the confidence, intermediate teaches how to really handle disappointment quietly, and final teaches how to smile at family functions when younger cousins start getting married before your results come. And that is why in India, when somebody says he's a CA or she's a CA, even relatives, when normally criticize everyone, when you finish your CA, then they start addressing you very respectfully. not just because of your qualification, but because everybody knows how these two letters of excellence clearly reflects the great years of sacrifice and your great resilience on your confidence and your strength to continue. And what I see right now, qualified chartered accountant, the meaning of CA is quietly changing. And if we really see that, and if we really move forward, I see after hearing to Mr. Sharma ji and Nanda ji and Mr. Giridhar, and I encounter, many chartered accountants in my sphere of my professions. With the advent of the technologies, and when technology is taking a new role, a new turn in the sphere of the global economy, and I think the role of chartered accountants is also undergoing a major transformation. CAs are no longer confined to accounting books, audits, taxation, and compliance. And everybody accepts, this is what this DX Summit, the Finance Summit, the Digital Transformation Summit, is demanding the young accountants who are here to move away from the traditional CA and become a digitally transformed chartered accountant to cater to the needs and also see that the accounts are maintained as per the trust of the client or your clientele or to the needs of the government. This is an age where the economy is rapidly digitizing. And in the digitized economy, I would like to say that the stakeholders are we on part of governance, and financial security also becomes a very critical area, and fraud prevention, risk management, and regulatory oversight, and ultimately what you try to create is the digital trust becomes an important role. And one of the biggest challenges before all the institutions, maybe government or the financial institutions and businesses today, is cyber frauds and digital financial crimes. And today, financial fraud is no longer limited to manipulated balance sheets or accounting irregularities. Fraud has become digital. It has become more intelligent, and it has become more automated, and there is no boundary. It has become boundaryless. As a custodians of the financial systems, governance structures, and as a custodians for the audit frameworks, and the compliance ecosystems, finance heads now becomes the frontline contributors in identifying financial vulnerabilities, strengthening digital controls. It also ensures transaction integrity and building institutional resilience against the cyber fraud. The future chartered accountant must understand not only finance and regulation, but I think they should understand the cyber security risk, AI-driven patterns, and digital payment ecosystems, and digital governance, and digital compliance, and also they should be aware of the emerging technologies that can impact the financial system. the biggest financial concern is the cybercrime and the cyber criminals adopting to more advanced technologies. And I would like to mention in coming years, digital banking ecosystems, embedded finance, automated financial systems, AI-driven units of audit, intelligence compliance systems, and real-time digital governance frameworks will define the future of this specific banking, that is BFSI sector. And at the same time, any technology which believes in more progress also brings us unprecedented risk. Today, banks and financial institutions rely on the conventional data security systems based on traditional encryption methods built on classical binaries computing, that is zeros and one, that power today's computers and applications. These systems remain secure today because existing computing system cannot realistically break such encryption with a practical time frame. I would like to bring to Nandaji and Mr. Sharmaji over here. The next technological shift, the technology change is just approaching us. And I sincerely, say all the credence what this institution have done, making 45,000 AI-ready chartered accountants in the scheme of 5 lakh people is exemplary. And I would like to really congratulate Mr. Sharma for taking this task. It's not a simple task. You're just telling me how in 3 days courts can make any chartered accountant to be AI ready. Many traditional chartered accountants who are very famous, who are known for their professional expertise, and who still believes in the traditional accounting system may not get adopted to these models of AI. But there is a dire need and necessity. I think that everybody has to embrace this cutting-edge technology, either it may be AI, or it pertains to cyber security, or it pertains to data analytics. These frameworks have to be adopted at any cost to remain meaningful rather than becoming redundant in their own profession. I being a law student, I would also, because I used to run a law firm, because as a minister I can't run it right now. I tell my colleagues over there, if my firm is not trying to embrace and integrate the AI into our streams of giving legal advice or extending our profession to the next level, we will become redundant. As same in every other profession, I too think that whatever the initiative or the niche initiative what you made absolutely is exemplary. And I would like to really congratulate DAAB-ICAI for initiating this sort of a niche initiative and making everybody know about what is AI, how they should really embrace and integrate into their systems of accounting. Now, I would like to really mention before the elders who knows technology and the great gray matter, I would like to say the intellects, the CA, becoming a CA is a great thing. The respect you get. Now I would like to really put one big thing what is changing the computing today. As of now, the classical computers, which the banking and financial institutions relied on this conventional digital security systems, remained on the binary. zeros and one. Right? Now, the next level technology is on spree, that is quantum computing. The quantum computing changes the equation entirely. The power of quantum computing, because this should be a subject where Mr. Sharma or Giridhar or the elders over here or the team members of the AI who would like to really see and want you to be the front leaders for the global world, especially in specific reference to chartered accountant, has to think. The power of quantum computer lies in its ability to solve high complex problems within fraction of seconds. The problem that would take even the world's fastest supercomputers hundreds of years to solve, it can solve in the fraction of the second. This means that in future, the same digital encryption keys, what I mentioned, protecting banking systems right now, or your accounting systems, or the payment gateways, or the insurance platforms, or the financial infrastructure today, could be potentially be decrypted. Recently, one incident has happened, if you have seen it, potentially be decrypted within seconds, making global financial systems highly vulnerable. And when quantum computing, if it combines with artificial intelligence, see how the challenge becomes even more serious. When quantum brings you the infinite computational speed, when AI brings in intelligence, when AI brings in automation and autonomous decision capabilities, just imagine how the challenge will become more serious. And for example, these are the things what I visualize. If literally, right now many cyber criminals are taking into the small lacunae or the drawbacks into the technology systems. And when it comes to quantum computing, if they fall into the hands of cyber criminals, they can become the greatest threats to the financial systems globally. Recently, reports emerged about advanced AI models from Anthropic capable of automatically identifying vulnerabilities and launching cyber attacks without direct human intervention. Just see, it was in just a month back. This was the latest technology advancement which made cyber criminals go deep into any financial institutions. 4 major banks have been attacked. That has led the American government to put a restriction regarding this software. So this sort of development clearly shows how rapidly the cyber threat landscape is evolving. In this sort of environment, the chartered accountants become far more strategic than ever before. Financial professionals like you must evolve from traditional financial reporting. Professionals, you have to really, reskill and upskill your intellectual capabilities to become digital risk auditors and advisors, and also give the great professional advice to the governance leader, which will be helpful in organizations becoming more secure, more compliant, more transparent, and digitally resilient, and last but not least, future ready. And what it requires actually, this requires a multidisciplinary collaboration and coordinations. Basically with the cyber security teams, the compliance officers, the regulators who are sitting over here, digital governance experts, risk management professionals, and the law enforcement agencies. In this context, I would like to really present how Hyderabad is evolving and how Hyderabad is trying to put our map in front. Today, our Hyderabad is trying to emerge as one of India's leading and increasingly a big global hub for high-value financial and digital talent who are sitting over here. Hyderabad today, is also trying to encourage and trying to evolve as one of the country's most advanced digital innovation ecosystems. And if you have seen it, we have hundreds of innovation and engineering centers working in the areas of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, digital engineering, quantum technologies, and I'm proud to say that, under the government, we are working with active collaboration with the BFSI consortium to make our students ready, to make them study as one of the curriculum subjects of what BFSI can create employment in terms of innovation. And I'm proud to say that our cyber security is supposed to be one of the leading law enforcement organization here. Our police, sitting in command control system center, have detected cyber criminals taking the advantage of the latest technologies what we have, and we could able to really get back most of the money how our cyber criminals have taken them using the digital platforms. And in times to come, I would like to say that the banks, NBFCs, insurance companies, fintech firms, and financial institutions, the leaders from all these organizations would have been here, or either they may be your clients. And I would like to really invite all those leaders to come visit us, see us, experience us, and try to leverage on our ecosystem which has been built, is building truly digital first and in compliance to our security, and also in terms of the global competitiveness we are trying to emerge. And I see in coming decades, the biggest financial risk will not come from the accounting mistakes, but as rightly said, it from cyber threats, digital vulnerabilities, AI-driven fraud, and absolutely the technology disruption which is happening every second, every minute, and every day. And I believe right now, with all due respects, the eminent professional qualification and to the intellects of the chartered accountants who are come here from different parts of India. I see that the chartered accountants right now, the community will no longer remain as the financial auditors right now. You will become, and you have to become, the guardians of what has been said by Nandaji, the guardians of the digital trust. You have to become the guardians of the financial security. You have to become the guardians of the institutional resilience. I urge, mostly you are leading from the back. You are not seen most of the time in the front. Many a time, the great contribution what you do for this nation is not being experienced or seen in the front line. I urge the CA community to lead from the front, adapt to this transformation, and help India to build secure, trusted, and globally competitive digital financial systems. I also invite our banks, financial institutions, NBFCs, fintech firms, the capital market institutions, and the global financial organization to leverage the talent power of Hyderabad in AI, in emerging quantum technology, in cyber security, digital engineering, and so on, where we have too many centers of excellence in our city of Hyderabad. And the future, I think, belongs to the professionals who understand both finance and technology. And I firmly believe that Hyderabad and Telangana will be the center of this global transformation. And before I conclude, before I invite, I have poor knowledge of finance. A simple audit or simple accounting system, I give all my trust to the auditor, because everybody believes in auditor. The trust the auditor has, the trust the chartered accountant has, nobody will have, not even in the family. Any organization, any business entity, or a income deriving individual may not be trusting his better half, but they be trusting the chartered accountants. In this sphere of thing where I am interacting, and Hyderabad chapter, and especially the elders on the days has given me opportunity to interact with the eminent people and all the intellectuals who are sitting here. I would like to thank you for carrying on the responsibility of trust for generation and guiding India. I request you, please guide India with the same integrity. I would like to thank you for producing not just chartered accountant, especially the institutions like ICAI for producing not just chartered accountants, but generations of professionals that country respects and trusts. Please continue to inspire many more future chartered accountants for the nation and also for our state. Before I conclude, I would like to welcome to come and join our state of Telangana, to be the part of our Telangana digital transformation policy. Let us build a future that grows not only through technology, but through trust. Because in its right age of this digital age, I believe that trust will become the strong currency. And we'll all stand by it. And I would like to really thank you once again for taking the DAAB subject, of today, digital transformation, as a main core subject. We shall be, creating a path, which shall be, a path not only for India, for all the finance professionals across the globe. And your idea of this subject of digital transformation summit is quite niche. And I would like to really say, the government of Telangana, from my ministry, we would like to collaborate much more in terms of technological advances, what we can do, what we can visualize, what we can create an environment, what The eminent speakers were just telling about the trust. With this, I would like to conclude. I wish you all the best. Good luck for the next 2 days. And I would like to also, put a prelude to the organizers. The great intellectual thought process which will be taking place in these 2 days, where you exchange ideas, you exchange your intellectual thinkings. Please make sure that the deliberations, what you think can be useful in terms of the policy preparations, can be placed before us, before this government of Telangana, so that hundreds and thousands of eminent people's brains who will be working on one platform, with my selfish interest, I can take it on one paper. Thank you very much.